And it's another registration day for the Spring Spruce Up contest. Thanks so much to our friends that we're going to be talking to today from the Van Buren District Health Department. Jenni Zordan is sharing the screen with me here, as you can see. And Jenni, first of all, thank you for being a sponsor of the contest. We appreciate that.
Thanks for having us.
Now, the Van Buren District Health Department, I have to be completely and totally honest, I know nothing about it. So in the next minutes ahead of us, I want to get educated. What is it? What do you do? Obviously, one of the biggest missions is obviously to keep us all healthy. So what is it?
Absolutely. It's actually a good thing that you don't know what the health department does. Typically, we find that if we're doing our job, we sit happily in the background and help keep our residents healthy.
Yes.
But in times of need, such as COVID, we were one of the front runners as far as helping to plan testing and vaccinations for those who wanted to participate in that. But we also do things in the background like food, restaurants, temporary permits in the parks where you see a food truck, those kinds of things. So we inspect food establishments to make sure that they're serving us in sanitary and healthy ways and giving us, sanitary food. We do water testing throughout our communities. We help with well and septics for new homes.
Wow.
We do immunizations for children and adults. We do hearing and vision programs for young kids. And we do a variety of health promotion programs. And we will be starting up here this summer with a healthy foods and physical activity program that will span for the next couple of years.
Want to right up front here give the website address vbcastdhd.org, vbcastdhd.org, because you'll want to visit the website. It is full of great information. I spent probably about 20 minutes going through and clicking, and there's just a lot of information. And that, again, is another way that you can learn more about the Van Buren District Health Department. I'm chatting with Jenni Zordan today. We talked about immunizations a minute ago. Youngsters, kindergartners, will be, they're signing up right now for classes for next year. And as they enter school, there are certain requirements for them. Can you fill us in on those?
Sure. So the Public Health Code of Michigan, its Public Act, requires any child entering kindergarten or changing schools to have things like a vision and a hearing screening and up-to-date immunizations. And new in the last year and a half, 2 years, the state of Michigan has added a dental screening for incoming kindergartners. Now, the Public Health Code does state that these screenings should be done prior to the start of school. So it's really important that we try to get as many of these kids screened during the summer months as possible. We have dates and times all throughout the summer. We are offering hearing and vision screenings on Wednesdays in Dowagiac and Thursdays in Lawrence, beginning June 21st through the end of August. So Wednesdays and Thursdays by appointment for these kiddos from 9 to 11 and 1 to 4. And they can call us to make an appointment at 621-3143, extension 300.
Okay, one more time. 621-3143, extension
300. No, sorry, 1300.
Extension 1300. Okay.
Yes.
No problem. So get those immunizations taken care of and the screenings and everything else so their youngsters are ready for school, kids and grandkids. So again, the Spring Spruce Up contest registration continues today, and you're a sponsor. We appreciate that, as mentioned. Let's talk about sprucing up for spring a little bit. How can the department help us do that?
One of the things that we'd like to let everybody know about for spring is cleaning out your medicine cabinet. Many a times we have sickness and illnesses, we have extra meds because we missed a day or so, or we were prescribed something that we didn't really need for an extended period of time. And so we partner with many agencies to direct residents to red med boxes. Red med boxes are drug drop boxes where anybody can drop off medications, over-the-counter prescription, any kind of pill medication. It can be dumped in a baggie and just dropped off. We have a couple local red med locations. South Haven Police Department, Bronson Wellness Center offers one. Throughout the rest of the county, we have the Sheriff's Department, Antwerp Township Activity Center, which is in Matawan, Marcellus Township Hall, the Pokagon Tribal Health Center, and then even down in the southern part of our listening area, Corwell Health in St. Joe also offers drug disposal. Now, one thing I would like to say about drug disposal is they do not accept sharps, which include needles and syringes. So those need to be taken back in a very specific way. And the health department has decided to be a collection site for sharps. You can find information on our website, but we are having our quarterly drop on June 1st in Dowagiac and June 15th in Lawrence. That is for sharps take back.
Now, you have mentioned a variety of locations, and looking at the website, there are a variety of locations. You're everywhere, it seems.
Yeah. We do have two main offices. Our home location is right next to the Technology Center in Lawrence. Come by and see us. We're open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 2 on Fridays. Our secondary location is in Dowagiac. That is at 302 Front Street in Dowagiac. Same hours, so come by and see us.
All right. Listen, before we wrap up today, let's talk about something that frightens a lot of people at this time of year, and it should, ticks, because they're starting to come out again. I've already had reports of friends, neighbors that have found them. So give us some tips on how to protect ourselves from ticks.
Well, you're right. Ticks are a nuisance in this area. We are a identified high tick area, especially along the lakeshore. Many people don't realize that ticks come out of hibernation very early. So even as early as January in some areas when we have those really warm days. So throughout the first part of this year, we had several warm days in the 50s and 60s, where ticks actually decided to latch on. So we want to help people understand that they should be wearing long clothing, long sleeves, long pants, especially if they're walking in the woods, to wear bug repellent. It's really important to make sure the bug repellent has DEET in it to protect from ticks. Other naturally-pathic bug repellents are helpful, especially around your hairline.
Now, people want to get more information about anything we've talked about today. What's the best place to get that?
I would say you could call our office. You can talk to anyone if you have a question. We oftentimes have a family or a parent call and say, how do I get immunizations for my kids? But you know what? I know they also need these hearing and vision screenings. And one of our new things that we're trying to do is to meet people where they are. So this kind of came out of COVID. You know, we're not an agency that wants to force anything on anyone. We do help with parents deciding on what immunizations their child needs. But now when we mix in these requirements, it's really important for parents to understand that we can offer all of these things at one time. So if you come into our office to get a childhood immunization, say your kid still needs a chickenpox vaccine, that tends to be one that people are on the fence about. And so when they decide that they're going to come in and get a chickenpox vaccine, well, guess what? We have a hearing and vision technologist right there who can screen that kid. Hopefully we can get a dental screening out of it too. Now, sometimes those don't always work, but we are accommodating as the best we can to get all of these services taken care of in one simple visit.
Jenni, we've talked a lot about kids. Do you do things for adults?
We do. We offer almost all of the adult immunizations that adults need. We do not offer travel vaccines. So when you think of specialized vaccines like yellow fever, if you're traveling to other countries, but we do refer you to the proper places where you can get travel vaccines. Usually it's about 1 or 2 locations in a given region. So our particular region is South Barron County, and Kalamazoo is where they offer those travel vaccines. But adults, things like shingles. Years ago, we used to get a lot of people calling in saying, I can't find a shingles vaccine, or my insurance isn't covering a shingles vaccine. We help out lots of residents if their insurance is troublesome in covering adult vaccine. Our nurses are trained to help our residents utilize manufacturer programs that help cover the cost, and get them taken care of in the least costly, most effective way possible.
Excellent. Again, vbcastdhd.org. Does that 6213143 extension 1300 number work for everything else that we've talked about, or is there another line?
It sure does. That goes to our lovely receptionist, Shelly, and she can help direct you to any of our departments. And that's why we like to give you a live person. We went through a period where we didn't have someone answering the phone. And we found that people really like to talk to somebody when they call a department.
Yes.
So Shelly answers our phones and sends you to the right place. So anything you have a question about, feel free to give us a ring. Shelly will get you to the right place.
Always like to wrap with, is there anything we've forgotten?
Well, I would like to just let our listeners know that going into summer months, there's lots of things that we can be prepared for. We have beach safety and water safety, sun safety, all of these things that are coming up that tend to be bigger public health issues. Mosquitoes, another similar thing like ticks. Mosquitoes. Yes. Who likes mosquitoes,
No.
But mosquitoes do carry some very deadly diseases, and we have seen them in our area. A few years ago, we had a very high uptick of equine encephalitis, Eastern equine encephalitis. We had 1 death, and that's carried by mosquitoes in swampy areas. And our veterinarians in the area are very familiar with this because there is a vaccine for horses, but there is not a vaccine for humans. So it's really important to take mosquito safety as well, and utilizing that DEET repellent to protect yourself with long clothing.
So much good information. I think we could do this every week and we'd never get all the info out. But I thank you for your time today and instructing us and informing me and us about what you do at the Van Buren District Health Department. Again, vbcastdhd.org, the website. Are you also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else?
We are currently on Facebook and on Instagram. We are dabbling in Snapchat, so you may see some ads for different populations. Not everybody's on Snapchat, not everybody's on Instagram. So we like to make sure that we're putting out relevant information to those populations as well.
All right. Well, Jenni, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I never really did introduce you properly. Jenni is the Director of Community Health Programs and Planning for the Van Buren District Health Department. Be healthy.
Thanks, Paul. This was a great time, and anytime we can help our residents be healthier, get great information, we want to send them away with relevant information for their health because everyone is unique.
Excellent. Thank you. And again, thank you for sponsoring the Spring Spruce Up. Final day to register is this Friday. So this is a perfect day today until 6 to hop on WCSY.com and get signed up for the Spring Spruce Up contest. Again, thanks, Jenny. Have a great day.
Thanks, Paul.